Hi everyone, this video will show you how to play Paw of Duty, which is a two-player tactical card game that takes about 30 minutes to play. In Paw of Duty, you'll be maneuvering a squad of cats on the battlefield. Your goals are pretty simple. You need to hold a 3-in-a-row position with your cats, while capturing as many of the other players' cats as possible. Before we get started, let's go over the components for this game. The game consists of a 5x5 game board, 18 paw tokens, 15 kitty unit cards, and a larger deck of tactic cards. As you can see on the game board, there are two areas. One area is green and the other area is white. The green area in the middle is called the city. This is where you can complete the 3-in-a-row objective with your cats. The bordering white area is called the outer city. Sometimes your cats will get pushed to this out-of-bounds area or use it as a space to gain a tactical advantage over their enemies. Any cats that are in this outer city area don't count towards the 3-in-a-row objective, so you want to try and keep all of your cats in the green city portion. Each turn, you'll be playing a kitty card, so let's break down the layout for those. The number on the top left of the kitty card shows its level. This shows how much damage it can deal and receive. The colored section in the middle shows the card's unit type. Each unit type deals double damage when attacking another specific unit type. A reference card is included in the game that shows this. For example, pilot-type units always deal double damage to tank units when attacking them. The horizontal lines on the top right of the kitty card shows how many tactic cards you can play on this turn if you choose to deploy it on the battlefield. Speaking of tactic cards, let's take a closer look at them. Whenever you play a tactic card, you'll need to follow their directions from top to bottom. Each player gets a special tactic card called the Claws Out card. You can see that this card looks a bit different from the other tactic cards. The Claws Out card is special because it's one of the few cards that actually allows your cats to attack an enemy. Unlike regular tactic cards, the Claws Out card always returns to your hand at the end of the turn. That way, you can always count on being able to use it once every turn. Let's go ahead and get started with setting up the game. First, find the two Claws Out tactic cards and put one in each player's hand. Then, give each player 9 paw tokens. Make sure one player flips all of their tokens to show the black side, while the other player flips all their tokens to show the white side. Now choose a player to go first. The first player gets to put the radio tactic card in their hand. This card is pretty strong, so if you're player 1, be sure to use it. Now, go ahead and separate the tactic cards from the kitty cards to make separate decks for each type. Both players should now draw 4 tactic cards. You get one chance to discard one or more of those cards and draw new cards to replace them. Just remember to hold on to your Claws Out and radio cards, since you'll need them. Any discarded cards can be shuffled back into the deck. Now check how many cards you have in your hand. The first player should have 6 cards in their hand, while the second player should have 5 cards in their hand. After setting up the game, we can go ahead and start playing. When it's your turn, draw 2 kitty cards from the kitty deck. Choose one kitty card to play, and return the unused kitty to the bottom of the kitty deck. Place the chosen kitty card face up on an open space on the board, and place a paw token of your color on top of the card. When placing a kitty card on the board, you can rotate it in any direction of your choice. The forward direction of the paw token, as well as the top edge of your kitty card, should both be used together to show which way your kitty is facing. For each of the horizontal lines on the top right of the kitty card you played this turn, you can choose to either play a tactic card or discard a tactic card and draw another. To discard a tactic card, place it face up into a discard pile that's separate from the tactic deck. Each tactic card can only be played once per turn. When you play a tactic card, be sure to follow the instructions on the card from top to bottom. Keep in mind that the claws out tactic card is returned to your hand at the end of the turn. All other tactic cards played during a turn are discarded at the end of the turn. After playing all your tactic cards, draw more from the deck until you have 5 in your hand. At this point, no additional tactic cards can be played or discarded. If the tactic deck ever runs out of cards to draw, you can shuffle the tactic card discard pile and use it as the new deck. At the end of your turn, if more than one of your kitties are in the outer city zone, choose one of them and place one of your paw tokens on it. If a kitty has 3 paw tokens on top of it, it is immediately captured by your opponent and placed face up on the opponent's side of the board. Now, check to see if you're eligible to achieve a control victory. If a control victory is possible, you must declare it out loud before your opponent's next turn. As a reminder, you're eligible for a control victory if 3 of your kitties are lined up in the central city portion of the board. You can win the game by control victory if these kitties remain in their line by the end of your opponent's next turn. If you're eligible for a control victory, and if the total of your captured kitty levels is less than your opponent's, you may remove one of your opponent's lowest level captured kitties from the game. The removed kitty no longer counts towards your opponent's power victory. In this current game, my captured kitties add up to a total of 7 points, while my opponent has captured 9 points worth of my kitties. Since I just got a 3 in a row, I can remove his lowest level kitty from the game, which would be the level 1 kitty right here. I can end my turn now. Both players will continue to take turns until one player wins by control victory, or there's only one card remaining in the kitty deck. If there's only one card remaining in the kitty deck at the beginning of a player's turn, neither player can win by control victory. The battle ends, and no additional kitty or tactic cards can be played on the board. Both players should now add up the levels of all their captured enemy kitty units. The player with the highest total captured kitty levels wins by power victory. If there's a tie, both players should add up the levels of all their kitty units that are still on the board. The player with the highest total kitty level wins. When attacking with the Claws Out and Bamboozle tactic cards, the defending kitty is dealt damage equal to the attacking kitty's level. The attacking kitty doesn't receive any damage back from the defending kitty. If the attacking kitty's unit type is strong against the defending kitty's type, the attacking kitty temporarily doubles its damage while attacking. As a reminder, a reference card is included in the game that displays which units deal double damage to others. Whenever the total combined damage dealt to a defending kitty is greater than or equal to its level, the defending kitty is captured by its owner's opponent. It's important to note here that damage does not carry over between turns. All kitty damage is reset to 0 at the start of each player's turn. When capturing an opponent's kitties, stack the captured kitties together, face up on your side of the board. Be careful. Your kitties can still be captured by the opponent, even when it's your turn. Try not to damage your own kitties with friendly fire during your turn. In this example, you can see that my opponent is eligible for a control victory. Their 3 kitty units are lined up in a row. If I'm unable to break this line by the end of my turn, I immediately lose the game. I'll start my turn by drawing 2 kitty cards. Then I'll choose to play the level 1 tank since it allows me to play 5 tactic cards on this turn. Remember, I can play my kitty unit anywhere on the board and face it in any direction that I want. The other unused kitty card will be placed face down under the kitty deck. Looking at my hand and what's on the board, I'm going to try and come up with a combo to break the opponent's line, all while trying to capture as many of their kitty units as I can, and hopefully even positioning my units for a control victory as well. The first card I'll play is Vamoose. This lets me use my level 1 tank to push my level 2 tank forward 1 space. The second card I'll play is Claws Out. This will allow my level 2 tank to attack his level 4 Huntress. Normally, a level 2 unit will only do 2 damage. However, since tank units are strong against Huntress units, my tank will do double damage, or 4 total damage in this case. That's enough damage to capture the enemy Huntress. The third card I'll play is Rapid Deployment. This will let me move my tank 2 spaces in any direction, as long as it ends its movement on an open space. The fourth card I'm going to play is Grand Slam, which lets my level 2 tank deal 3 damage to my opponent's level 3 Huntress. The fifth and last card I'll play is Marching Orders, which lets me move my tank 1 space. As you can see, I now have 3 kitty units lined up for a control victory, which means I win the game if my opponent is unable to break this line on their next turn. This demo scenario shows how large combos can be executed with the correct placement of kitty units and choice of tactic cards. I definitely wouldn't have been able to pull off such a complex maneuver if I didn't choose the seemingly weak level 1 tank kitty at the beginning of my turn.